Hey y'all, so my name's Taryn Fitzpatrick, and the question is, why am I so proud to be a woman from the St. John region? And to answer that question, I have to talk about a few women in this city who have very much inspired me to be who I am and to be a woman. So one of these women is Carolyn McNulty, who many of you may know, some of you not. She's the director at Romero House and has been cornerstone to this city, to helping many, many people. Another woman is Margaret Begner, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year, much too young. And she's been kind of the cornerstone of the culinary world, who created Chop Chop. Very cool. Two other women are Kate Lorden and Kira Fraser, owner of Silver Daisy and Je Suis Prête, respectively, who are young entrepreneurs in this crazy fashion world who's doing their thing, and their clothes are amazing. I'd have to talk about three young photographers that I've worked with who are amazing. Maya Shearwood, Courtney Gallery, and Ali Beckwith, who in their own right are carving a name for themselves. I'd have to talk about my boss, actually, Julie Humphrey, who is an owner and pharmacist, who kind of gave me my start and the bug to be one, which then leads to me, I guess. I'm a third-year science student, trying to get into pharmacy, and it's fun. I'm doing it myself, and I'm in sciences, which is predominantly male. So I think I'm doing pretty good. So I'm very much proud to be a woman in St. John, and it's only going to get better.
St. John has plenty of opportunities for women in our city. There are lots of locally owned boutiques that are supported by women who love to shop. These boutiques and shops work together to help improve their business. These local businesses love to get involved with events around the city to help others out. If the businesses weren't as close as they are, some of them wouldn't be around today. St. John has a variety of organizations, such as St. John's Next Top Model, that encourage women to do what they love without being scared of what other people think. Over the past few weeks, throughout my journey with St. John's Next Top Model, I've noticed more and more people come out to support us. It's an amazing feeling seeing people I know come out to watch us every Sunday. Everyone in the city is very close to one another, and I feel like all women always have someone there for them when they need it. It makes me happy to know that if anything were to happen to me, people all over the city would be there to help however they can. Because I grew up in Toronto, which is the largest city in Canada, I'm positive that if something were to happen to someone there, less than half the city would even know about it or care at all. On Facebook right now, there's a trend going around that's called the bib nomination. Girls take photos covering all of their hair to show that bald is beautiful. It helps support the people who are close to their hearts who are battling cancer. After the photo is posted, you nominate 2 other girls to be a part of the trend. This trend was an improvement from a similar but very inappropriate trend that was all over social media throughout the past few months. I think it's amazing that girls in our city are that thoughtful and came up with such a great idea to help support the people they love and make a change in what was being posted. I'm very proud to be a woman in St. John because of all these wonderful things that happen in our city. I hope that we can keep improving what we do to make St. John a better city, but as of right now, it's pretty great.
Hello judges, I'm Kristin Bastarache, and the challenge this week is to talk about women's independence. So I'm going to start off with World War I, and actually, right before World War I, women didn't have any independence, but stayed in the kitchen all day and cooked and cleaned. But in 1914, when all the men went to war, the jobs had to be fulfilled, and women found it was their opportunity to be able to get jobs and prove ourselves that we can do exactly what men can do. So we did that, and then 1918, the men came back, and women said that we're not going back to the kitchen, like, look what we can do, we're equal, we're a human being. And actually what's really great and incredible is after that, women got the opportunity to vote. So that was definitely a big achievement for us. And then a little bit of a time gap, but after that, the Great Depression happened. And women were actually the first to lose their jobs, so it was definitely a setback. But after, in 1939, World War II started, and all the men went back to war, so it was like a comeback for us. We got to get our jobs, and we supported our children once again, put food on the table. And then in 1945, the men came back, and once again, we were not going back to the kitchen. So, like, we saved the economy by getting jobs. We're kind of heroes. I still don't feel like we're equal yet, because I still feel like some men think that our place is in the kitchen, but I definitely think that we're almost there in being equal. Irving is one of the highest paying employers in St. John, and what's really cool is that women work there at like Irving Tissue, the pulp mill. We work there, and it just shows how far we've come. And I definitely think that we will be equal with determination. Like, men are here and we're like almost there, just about. Maybe even someday we'll be better. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next Sunday.
There are so many reasons that I am proud to be a female living in St. John. I think, first and foremost, I would say the opportunities available to us. We have a university and a community college that allow us to pursue pretty much any career that we desire, from science, trades, business, arts, or education careers. The opportunities are endless. We have opportunities to take on career roles that in the past were mostly filled by men. Today, our politicians, firefighters, police officers, doctors, lawyers, tradespeople, and senior business managers have a huge presence of females in our city. We have more freedom living here to follow any career path that we wish to follow, which allows us to achieve financial independence. Growing up in St. John, I was an athlete playing several sports. Females are not only encouraged as much as males to play at high levels, but are also supported by the public and the business sector. Recently, I walked uptown and looked into shops that were either owned and operated or managed by women. I realized that women are able to express themselves and to succeed in business as equally as men are. During that walk, I also noticed many different cultures and styles amongst the women in our city. It is so great that they have the freedom to express themselves according to their culture or their fashion sense. The best part of being a female in St. John is that we are free to choose everything we desire to achieve our goals, and we are recognized for them. And that's why I'm so proud to be living in St. John as a female.
Hi, I'm Erin Lawton, and I'm proud to be a woman in St. John because I am inspired by all of the women who own small businesses and stores in the greater St. John area. Shall we take a look at a few? Now we're in Heartbreak Boutique with this really cool vintage clothing and accessories. They also sell roller derby equipment, and it's owned by Pam Wheaton. And roller derby is a really empowering sport for women. It's mostly women who play. Now we're at Just Sweet Prey, owned by Kiara Fraser, and she also owns Ready Men, which is right next door. They both sell really trendy clothing for the young people of St. John. Collectibles is also owned by a woman from St. John. Her name's Pearl Morel, and she sells more mature women's clothing. Now we're in Fusion, a salon owned by Tiffany Hodge that has tanning, aesthetics, and hair. Now you've seen some of the businesses owned by women. Now we can go look at some of the support that they can receive. Now in front of the building where women who want to start a business go to get funding. There's businesses like Enterprise St. John, Business New Brunswick, Atlantic Canada Opportunity Agency, and St. John Board of Trade and Uptown St. John Inc.
But these women also had to start somewhere, like in high schools such as St. John High, where there's many programs and clubs to suit everyone. In for every sports team, there's a female sports team to encourage women to be involved in their community.
Or in clubs outside of school, such as Girl Guide trips, where I once went, which gave me the confidence to become the model I am today.
The reason I'm showing you these businesses is because they are living proof that women can be successful in St. John. It gives me hope that someday I will be just as successful as them. They show, along with many others, the power of women, and make me proud to say I am one of them, a proud woman of St. John.
So this week, our challenge for St. John's Next Top Model was to say why we're proud to be a female in the greater St. John area. I really love this topic because I'm really strong about women feeling proud to be women and not being segregated or oppressed. St. John has a lot of awesome opportunities for women. I know one personally that I've been in since I was 5 was Girl Guides, which is all across Canada, but we have a really strong group in St. John. I started out as a little spark going into grade 1, and I've kept through it, and I'm still in it now, and this is my 11th year. I have gotten so many amazing opportunities going through Girl Guides and definitely learned about girl empowering. One of the amazing opportunities I got to go on last summer was a trip to Kenya. That was, and I'm stealing Norman's word, phenomenal. It was amazing, and it was also really an eye-opener to how girls are treated differently here in Canada to how they're treated in a third world country. There, girls did not get to go to school very easily. When they had to wake up in the morning, milk the cow, get breakfast ready for the rest of their family, take a shower, get their school stuff, get their homework done in the morning because it wasn't light out at night, so they wouldn't have time at night, and then walk all the way to school. And they probably ended school when they were in about grade 7, whereas the boys would go to about grade 9 now. It's just amazing to see how they didn't have so many of the opportunities we do. Another thing that's in St. John that's really empowering for women is NWH modeling. I find they're so big on girl rights and being proud with who you are and don't let anyone else say anything else about you. Norman is always telling us how we have to be presentable but also dignified in what we do and never to do anything that makes us feel like this isn't okay. I'm really proud of all the women I see around St. John. I mean, my doctor is a woman, my dentist is a woman. I've talked to a couple of women engineers that say go for it. There are so many opportunities for women in St. John, and I'm so proud to be able to say that that's where I'm from and see all the amazing women coming out of St. John. Thank you so much for watching my video.
Hi, I'm Erica Taylor. Every city has their leaders and inspirations, but I believe that St. John has a remarkable amount of strong women. Their legacies throughout the years have created a generation of independent females who are proud to be women in the city. One example is Françoise Marie Jacquelin, who defended her home, Val-la-Tour, from enemies. In 1645, during the Acadian Civil War, Jacquelin's husband, Charles de Saint-Étienne de la Tour, was away in Boston. When the fort was attacked, she assumed command. She didn't give up. She refused to surrender and led a 3-day battle against those who were threatening her home. She proved that she didn't need her husband, or the men under his command, to make decisions. Sadly, though, on the 4th day, when she surrendered, she was forced to watch the execution of her soldiers who remained. I admire her strength, her courage, and her willpower. She proved she could defend her home, and I'm proud that this woman came from St. John. I am also proud of living in St. John because of my mother. She's a chemical engineer, and when International Women's Day was first celebrated in the early 1900s, that wouldn't have been possible for her. Even 25 years ago, when she was getting her degree, she was faced with opposition, both from family and classmates. But she persevered, and she graduated with the Governor General's Award, meaning that she had the highest average in her graduating class. I am very proud of her for pursuing her dream career in a predominantly male field, and I know that she will support me in whatever I choose to do in life. I'm proud to be a woman living in the city, because as a woman, I can wear what I want and be the person I want to be. That isn't always possible in other cities, countries, or societies. That is why I'm thankful that I live in St. John, and I have the freedom to be who I want to be, without any limitations by society. Essentially, I can be my own independent woman.
Hi! In honor of International Women's Day, I would like to talk to you about why I'm a proud woman living in the greater St. John area today. First of all, it's not everywhere that you can look around and see a woman police officer, or a woman in the Air Forces, or who can vote, or run for city council, or become a security guard. In a lot of countries, that wouldn't even be a possibility. We have so many opportunities to follow our dreams here. I mean, we had Olympic athletes coming from the Maritimes. I've had a friend accepted to the International School of Ballet. And then we have our judges who are prime examples of women's success stories in St. John. I mean, Lilius, who owned Boutique d'Elegance and Boutique d'Elegance Lingerie for 18 years, that I've never heard a bad comment about. It was all rave reviews all across the board. And then we have Rhonda, who was in fashion shows and who organized countless events for our city. And Megan, who owned her own private label handbag line and who was a professor in fashion management in Toronto and also owns Handworks Gallery uptown now. And that's only the 3 people that sit in front of us and judge us every week. There's so many other success stories that I could talk to you about. And although we're just a speck on a map, I think St. John is a great place to grow up because we're encouraged to be everything that we can be. We're allowed to be free, we're allowed to be powerful, we're allowed to be intelligent and strong and independent. And I think every single one of us has the opportunity to be something great if we just look around and see all the doors just waiting to be open. I hope you all have a very empowering International Women's Day, and I hope you all see how far we've come.
Hi, my name's Olivia Bruce, and I'm 20 years old. Being a young woman born and raised in St. John has been and continues to be a wonderful experience. St. John has become such a diverse community with so many different cultures and races that can only be great for the children of today and tomorrow. It opens your eyes to a whole new world. And for me, because of this diversity, it has triggered a passion in me to travel, to see, and to experience other cultures. St. John is my home, my safe place. I feel a strong sense of community and togetherness. It is truly a privilege to be a part of this community. We offer arts, sports, education, community involvement from different clubs to volunteering at many, many locations. St. John is a perfect example of maritime kindness. As a young girl growing up, you sometimes do not understand the importance of a strong community and the importance of living in a place where there is acceptance and a sense of pride. Growing up, I was taught at home to be accepting and compassionate to others and to not judge a person based on anything other than what's in their hearts and minds. I went through a time in my younger years where I was bullied, as do a lot of children at this age. I was picked on for the way I looked, for being shy, and for the fact that I come from a biracial family. I believe that if kindness, compassion, and acceptance are taught, it creates positive people who create a positive community. And I see this in St. John. The female role models in my life, like my mother, aunts, cousins, best girlfriends, and my grandmother, whom I call Oma, have been a constant light in my life, encouraging and supporting me in my hopes and dreams. And because of this support, it has allowed me to support and encourage my girlfriends and peers who may not have the same support system I was so fortunate to be born into. And to celebrate National Women's Day, we girls here today in this competition can start by encouraging one another, lift each other up with our words and actions, and to celebrate our accomplishments.
Hi, I'm Darrelyn, and I'm proud to be a female living in the St. John area because here we have the freedom to do whatever we want. Some girls in other places don't get a say in anything at all. Here, all girls have a say in pretty much everything, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Here, girls can do whatever they want to do with their life. They can get any kind of job they want, and anything is possible for girls. I'm also proud to be a female because I have a great role model to look up to. My mom is an awesome example of how strong us girls are. She is a great role model because she is very independent and hardworking. She always does her best no matter what it is. My mom is really smart and she never takes the easy way out when she is doing anything, and I admire that very much. My mom is also really supportive with whatever I want to do. Whether it's modeling or with school, she is always there to give me a little push to do anything I want. My mom is always optimistic. She never ever thinks about what bad things could happen, only what good things will come from it. She is helpful. If you need help, she will drop whatever she is doing to help you. She always puts other people in front of her. She's a very nice woman. She will support and respect your decisions, even if they aren't the smartest, and she will let you learn from your mistakes, and then move on. My mom is beautiful in every single way imaginable. The main reason I am proud to be a woman is because I know someday I can be just like her. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rachel Mallory. I am proud to be a young lady living in the greater St. John area because of my welcoming and active community. There are so many programs here that allow not just young ladies such as myself, but everyone to outreach into the community to allow them to feel like they belong. I think it's crucial that everybody feels a sense of belonging and interaction in the place they call home. A study by Stanford University found that young women who are involved in athletics have higher self-esteem, perform better in academics, are physically healthier, and have greater self-value. This illustrates why young women in St. John are so fortunate to have many opportunities to become more active. As a young woman, I am proud to be involved in programs to where I can strive and achieve my goals and better myself. Since I have been in St. John, I have taken ballet classes at Port City Dance Academy and have achieved my Bronze Cross and Bronze Medallion at the Aquatic Center. These extracurriculars have led me to be the best that I can be. St. John is an amazing city and everybody should take part in extracurriculars. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tova Kushetsky and I'm 17 years old. I've lived in St. John my whole life. I'm a proud female living in St. John because it's such a great city. St. John is a smaller city where you bump into people you know all the time. And St. John has some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. We're not only Canadians, but we're a small city in the Maritimes, so we're well known for being friendly. St. John is such a great place to grow up. I have lots of friends from different schools and communities. Je suis dans ma deuxième année d'immersion française à St. John High. Cette année, je vais recevoir mon certificat officiel. In some countries, women aren't even allowed to have education. Here, we're lucky. I can walk down to our great local university where any race, any religion, and any gender is always welcome. I'm a proud female living in St. John because there's so much opportunity here. There's a great variety of things to do in St. John, like walk in the park, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, skating, well at least trying to skate. And there's always shopping. There's so much pressure for young women to be perfect, but in St. John I feel I can be myself. That's why I'm a proud female living in St. John.